Hello everyone, today we are talking about ship modifications. So when you have a ship that you want to modify, its weapons, its engines, its shields, its turrets, all those good stuff, have it dock at a wharf or shipyard depending on its size. Go ahead and dock on that same station, and you'll want to head to the ship dealership section of that station. And what we're looking for is here in the ship dealership on the right, we have a regular crafting bench that we can use to craft or to put upgrades actually on the ship that is docked that is using this workbench here with a left click. So I have the Dart here that is landed. We also have an Elite Sport, Elite Kestrel. This is my station, so here's everything now of mine that is currently docked up, but we'll modify the Dart for purposes. So what we have here are chassis modifications, weapon modifications, turret modifications, shield modifications, engine modifications, and paint modifications. This is a racing ship, so it doesn't have any weapons or turrets. Let's see if we can find the Discoverer. That doesn't have any turrets. We need something a little bit bigger, which we don't have. But just, we'll do the Discoverer Sentinel, why not? So there's different categories of modification. There's basic quality, enhanced quality, and exceptional quality for each one of these categories. So if we go to exceptional quality, we can see for this small ship here, we have the things needed for nanotube mods, the Mirage mod, the Shroud mod, and the Tenacity mod. And you can see that because we have exceptional ship nanoweave, we have 2 of them, and we need an Iridium crystallite, and we have 639 of it, and you can see what the effects are. So if we were to do nanotubes, the ship mass would change between, and this is a dice roll, -9% lighter or -23% lighter. If we were to install that, and normally this costs, I think, 50,000 credits per roll if you're doing this at a station you do not own. So if you do own your own equipment dock, this is free. You still have to use one of these, but if you don't like gambling, this is the way to go. We can do cargo concealment, so we can do the Mirage. If you are going to be a smuggler, we have a 100% chance, guaranteed success, to have cargo concealment on this thing. Interesting enough. Radar visibility, -40% to -80%. We're trying to make this a stealth fighter. Or hazardous region damage reduction. There are certain areas of space, like Tharkus Cascade, that constantly wear down your shields, and you'll hear hazardous region detected. That will lower the impact of the hazardous region damage, meaning if you were to put this on a ship, it would not suffer those consequences. Conversely, in our enhanced quality, we have lubricators, composites, veils, and metals. So kind of the same thing, but less effective. And I imagine you can guess on our basic quality. We do have some other things available for us here. Now you only get 1 modification per thing, basically, and because this only has 1 chassis, we only get 1 modification to it. If we have 2 guns, we can have 2 modifications on it. If we have 8 turrets, we get 8 modifications on that. Depending on how many shield generators, I think we only have 1. We only get 1 shield modification on that. We only have 1 engine. And of course, we only have 1 paint job. So we only have 1 space for that. We can see in addition to, we have ship countermeasure capacity, ship deployable capacity, as well as ship drag and ship missiles. So if you are looking for missile capacity, and we didn't have any in the exceptional and the enhanced, you could go with the basic quality. Or if you say, hey, I don't want this thing to be affected by hazardous regions at all, this is a guaranteed success. But what happens if you have a roll? So ship mass, -9.1 to -23.10. We'll go ahead and install that. Normally this would cost money, and we hope for a good roll. You can save scum this, so save your game before you do this, and if the number doesn't work out for you. So right there. So our ship mass actually dropped by 16.9, which is kind of in the middle. We could dismantle it and get rid of this exceptional quality mod Or we can try to reassemble it. Dismantle the current modification and reassemble it with new properties. So 19.5, that's a little better. All right, we can, since this is free, we can keep rolling. 15, minus 22, okay, minus 22.5, minus 22.3, and you can sort of see in the bottom right what that's doing. So we can keep reassembling. There we go, that's a good reassemble. So a minus 22.6 reduction in mass means we're getting a little extra speed, acceleration, boost speed, acceleration, all that good stuff. That looks good to me. How about weapons? So we have our Plasma Cannon Mark II on one side. We have our Pulse Laser on the other. Shields. We have one small shield generator, but we have no exceptional quality parts. We can't do any of those. We have 3 small shield enhance we can do. So we can either boost the recharge rate from 10 to 20%, or we can have extra shield capacity 10 to 20%. And because we only have one shield generator, we only get one of these. So if you want just more shields in general, we can install that. That will use one of our things. You can see that our shield capacity increased by 14.2, but we could get 20. Let's re-roll. 18.3, our recharge rate goes down. Our delay is lowered though, and we get a little bit more shield. So we can try to re-roll this until we see all green. So 17.27, we get a little bit more shield and recharge. We could probably do better. Keep in mind, every time I'm clicking this button would normally be 50,000 credits if you were at a dock or a shipyard that was not yours. So we would have already spent like $500,000 up to $1 million just re-rolling this one thing. But once you get a roll that you're happy with, let's just say that. So our delay goes down and our shields go a little bit higher. Awesome. Engine modifications. We have one set of Paranade Combat Mark IIIs. So we can do things like travel mode thrust. We can do things like engine boost. We could do things like engine forward thrust, travel mode thrust, engine forward thrust, engine boost thrust. I don't really like any of those, and it will use our one advanced engine fuel injector up. Nah, we'll just save that. Paint mods that you've unlocked. As you proceed through missions, you will unlock copies of paint jobs, so Cast Asunder if you want a flat black. This weird paint camo. You can have Omega Shift or Scruff and Fool, or that's my personal favorite for my capital ships, Blood Gorge, because it's easy to see out there in space. But yeah, you get all kinds of interesting paint jobs that you can't choose at the start of the game for this individual ship. When you're ready to install it, make sure you click the install button down here to install that skin. So how do mods turn the tide? Well, let's take a look at this behemoth here. I'll talk about this in the in-game scenario section as well, but I have modded this thing like crazy. So the Terran main battery, I added the Slasher basic quality mod for 40% extra weapon damage, and that allowed me to basically one-shot the final ship with this Terran main battery. I didn't have to worry about its cooling because what I shot at was dead. This will also take out an eye in about 2 shots. Like one shot takes it down to like 5% health, eating through all the shields, most of the hull. The turrets can finish it off. This was a pretty powerful thing. As far as our all of our plasmas have increased damage as well. Shield generators, 18% extra capacity. Travel mode thrust, 44.95. So if I was to compare the behemoth against a standard Asgard, we're at 275,000 hull, 645,000 shields, compared to 543,000. So with that modification, I got 100,000 extra shields out of the behemoth, not to mention just the raw output, because this Asgard is completely stock. So just, you know, getting all those mods on that made a big difference. Some ships that you get through story missions might be, you know, a ship that you already have. But what sets itself apart could be the modifications that's already installed on it. I didn't put any of these on the Hyperion, but I completed the Hyperion chain and got a Hyperion with all of this stuff already on it. I didn't have to spend a dime or none of my resources. So if you do get a ship from a mission and you think, why is this so crappy? Or I already got one of those, why do I want one of these? Look at its modifications. See if it puts the ship that is compared to shame. But speaking of modifications and Asgards, next time for the finale, for now, until the new DLC comes out or the new update 8.0 Diplomacy, the final thing I'm going to talk about in this playlist for beginners is the end game crisis. What is it? What did I have to do? And what is the end result? So I hope you will join me then.